As he always does, Jimmy just stood and watched the swarm of people dancing as he walked into the nightclub. He wanted to see who was there and determine if he wanted to be there. He would concentrate on the dancers every time the lights would flash over the crowd. It seems as if the crowd moved in unison, like blades of grass being blown by a heavy wind. Jimmy always enjoyed partying in Cleveland's warehouse district. Every weekend, the few blocks near the downtown area would fill with people that were young enough to have a good time, yet mature enough to know how to have a good time responsibly. Of all the nightclubs, Club Feel was his favorite. It was a mixed crowd and mixed music. If you wanted to dance, there was plenty of space amongst the bending and twisting bodies that seemed to be barely dressed no matter how frigid the temperature dipped. There were also seating areas for people that needed a few drinks to bring out their hidden rhythm. That's where Jimmy found his friends.
Yo, man, it took you long enough to get here, Mr. TV News Anchor.
Yeah, man. You chasing down some crooked man or something? What up, Scott? What up, Charles?
Seriously, man, you gotta start getting here on time, B. By the time you get here, all the honeys are gonna be taken.
Yeah, the fish are all gonna be gone by the time you get to the market. Finding love in bars or nightclubs were not in Jimmy's DNA. He was not made for the fast-paced, dim-lighted rumble amongst the intoxicated singles. The qualities that made him stand above all others could not easily be seen in a nightclub. He could explain that his heart was pure, but would any woman hear him over the other men yelling the same thing? He could show that he was a man of ambition, but would any woman see it in the darkened lighting? First of all, I'm not a TV news anchor yet. I'm a reporter. But second, does your wife know you up here looking at the fish in the market, Charles? And last, if any woman in here can be picked up that fast, she ain't for me, bruh.
Yeah, whatever. Just get here. Listen, say you were feeling the waitress. You couldn't get her because I'm already scooped her up. You would miss out, B. You would have missed out on all that fineness, stacked from front and the back, legs and juicy lips.
Jimmy immediately felt a tightness in his chest. The throbbing in his head caused it to lower. He tried to catch his breath, but to no avail. Everyone and everything in the nightclub slowed to almost a standstill. He could no longer see color. In desperation, he whirled in his chair, steadily gasping for air. Thoughts of his body shutting down raced through his mind. He tried to think of a reason this affliction suddenly came upon him. He quickly found his answer sitting at the bar. Despite everything resembling a black and white photo, his eyes captured her beautiful golden brown skin. It contrasts perfectly pressed against her black dress. The bartender handed her a drink at the pace of a tree as it grows, but she took it in normal speed. Her full red lips barely parted as she took a sip from her straw. Her round black glasses didn't move at all as she lowered her head for a longer sip. She slightly brushed her straight shoulder-length black and brown hair from her forehead. Perhaps she was an angel that would carry him to heaven. He could already hear her singing his name.
Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy.
Jimmy, see? You never pay attention. You gonna be single forever, man. Soak up the game I'm trying to sprinkle on you, man.
I was listening.
What was I saying?
You like the waitress. You wanted to have your kids.
Nah, man. I didn't say all that.
Why don't you just go talk to her? Huh? The woman at the bar.
You want her? Out of all the banging shorties on the dance floor waiting for something to grind on?
Jimmy rose from his seat. He slowly began making his way toward the bar. He struggled to fight against the current of bodies moving against his direction. As he grew closer to her, his urgency increased. Hands tried to persuade him to remain on the dance floor, but he would not be deterred. He quickly lost sight of her as the lights pulsated, but he would quickly find her again. Suddenly, everyone began waving their hands in the air. He could not see her. He began to move to the bar as fast as he could. He spilled someone's drink, but there was no time for apologies. He reached the bar, but the only remnants of her was the lipstick on a straw twist. twisting in an empty glass. He desperately looked around to find her. She was gone.